Yes, Mr. Bhattacharya, what do you expect? What does your client expect? Stay of operation of that portion
Justice. I expect justice.
has been done.
Whether he did justice to others
That is to be established.
has not been established.
No.
No.
Kindly pardons me in saying this. Kindly pardons me in saying this. Maybe it is an inquiry conducted apropos your lordship's order, but that does not obviate the usual canons of fair play.
You wish to file affidavit? Let them file affidavit.
And
Then make your submission. No. Try to persuade us for an interim order.
kindly comes to the writ petition, which is the subject matter of the present proceedings. First is in the writ petition, apart from calling for reports, there was no substantive affidavit, at least to the best of my knowledge, by anyone. Please see the writ petition. It is beginning at page 121 of the papers. The appeal papers, page, kindly ignores 121. Kindly come straight way, to page 130 or 130 or 151. Whatever, there are two paginations, 151. The top one, your lordship will kindly take judicial notice.
Yes.
Leave was obtained from Justice Chakraborty. Yesterday, the leave was obtained from Justice Chakraborty, who had the determination, and therefore the matter is here.
Yes, why?
Just to point out, 151, kindly see paragraph 2 onwards. I'll be placing the writ petition. It's not very substantive, warranting whatever has happened. Your petitioners state that they belong to other backward classes A. Then, Election Commission declared Panchayat election is paragraph 3. Then petitioner belongs to OBC A. The petitioner previously applied for OBC certificate before the concerned authority, and the petitioner herein finally received a certificate on such and such issued by the SDO competent to issue the said certificate. Petitioner number 2, the Election Commissioner of West Bengal declared Panchayat. Then 6, being an eligible candidate, submitted their nomination. There are apparently, insofar as the actual issue is concerned, according to us and according to my client, I'll say good, bad, or indifferent have been made by the writ petitioners as regards the returning officer tampering with nomination papers and wrongful and motivated cancellation of nominations. According to them, their constitutional rights to contest the Panchayat elections have been infringed. This, in our view, surely calls for an inquiry. The same, however, can well be conducted by the state police. After all, public order and police are state subjects such and such. Unless there are compelling circumstances to direct otherwise, the state police should be allowed to do the needful. We have no reasons to believe that just because the appellants are officers of the state, inquiry by the state police against them would be an eyewash. With all humility and respect, the appellants in the previous matter, was all designated officers. The DM was the appellant, the SDO was the appellant, the BDO was the appellant, and the APRO was the appellant. They were the appellants in the previous matter. Then, your lordship was pleased to hold, ultimately,
Evidence was recorded before the commission, and there you have admitted your guilt.
This is something which I have to say that, this admission, whether there was an admission, whether I was granted, some Sudip comes and says something. I was not given an opportunity to meet Sudip's evidence. I am not blaming anyone. Canons of fair play requires, that, audi alteram partem has to be, initially, when the matter commenced, it fell from Justice Banerjee whether he is interested in using an affidavit. I put this question entirely to myself. Conclusive findings of guilt against me. Am I not entitled to at least a bare affidavit?
Go back. Matter is coming up on the 3rd before the learned single judge. make all the submission before her ladyship.
And in the meantime, my lord, kindly protect me. Otherwise, my lord, if today I am placed under suspension because the state is not in appeal.
The state has initiated the proceeding.
Yes, the state has
has
already
the
taken
state
steps
initiated-
to, hand over charge.
Where is that?
So that yesterday,
We have asked him to hand over the charge and also I don't have the document.
hey, see the document.
এই আমার কাছে না। এই get a copy of this. এটা copy দাও।
দিচ্ছি তোকে না দিয়ে আমি কিছু করতেই পারবো না। তুই সব ছবি তোল, এটা কপি আছে? ঠিক আছে, সব কি লিখেছে আমি পড়িনি ভাই, দেখতে দে।
ওটা pass হয়ে গেছে। আমরা
Yeah, so this must have been executed yesterday.
Yes.
already
So executed in the sense, my lord, this charge has been handed over.
Handed over.
Now, my lord, what I am respectfully submitting,
Yes.
my lord, please pardon me. My lord, kindly permits me to, my lord, place paragraph, my lord, page 20 then. However, my lord, 206 bottom, my lord, however, justice, this was what, my lord, persuaded your lordship, my lord, to kindly come to some findings. However, justice must not only be done, but also must be seen to be done to dispel any public perception or apprehension of the writ petitioners. The inquiry by the state police will be a futile exercise. We appoint Justice Justice Devi Prasad De, a former judge of this court, as a one-man commission under whose supervision the state police shall conduct an inquiry as regards the allegations made by the writ petitioners in the present writ petition, and a report shall be filed before the learned single judge for her ladyship's consideration. For this purpose, the commission shall be at liberty to examine and or cause to be examined such persons as the commission may deem it necessary. Justice Day has, I skipped the next part, kindly sees the next paragraph.
We have
Needless
passed
to
this
say.
order. We know. We have passed this
Yes,
order.
yes, kindly sees your lordship's order. And needless to say, the state police shall extend full cooperation. In fact, it is the state police which will have to conduct the inquiry under the supervision of the one-man commission. We have no doubt in our mind, we have no doubt in our,
Mr. Bhattacharjee, your client was one of the appellants on which appeal this order was passed.
no, appellant is-
Yes, you just now told us BDO, SDO,
Official.
everybody. Now, the grievance of the appellants was precisely that state police can well do it, why CBI? And we accepted that, but justice must not only be done. Now, because the state police has found against you.
No, with respect, no. I could have understood, that,
Go back before the learned judge.
we will. I will.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, kindly visualize. Now comes to the impugned order, 27 July 2023. The court observed for coming to a conclusion, I am reading internal page 2.
We have read the entire order, Mr.
Yes.
Bhattacharjee.
Your lordship has.
Yes.
Your lordship has. Kindly sees internal page. Sudip Chakraborty, Gram Sahayak, was present at the time of filing nomination. His duty was to record in a particular register about the documents received from each candidate. Sudip Chakraborty has clearly stated that the tick mark on the checklist of Kashmira was given only after receipt of the certificate. Otherwise, he would not have put the tick mark in column 3.
Justice Devi Prasad De, bracketed, retired, bracket closed, comma, a former judge of this court, as a one-man commission under whose supervision the state police was to conduct an inquiry as regards the allegations made in the writ petitions, wherefrom Mat 1135 of 2023 arose. We had directed the commissioner to file a report before the learned single judge. Stop. Paragraph Such a report was filed by the Commissioner before the learned single judge in WPA 14723 of 2023. Such a report dated July 19, 2023. Stop. Paragraph. The allegation of the writ petitioners before the learned single judge was that they were wrongly prevented from contesting the panchayat elections. Stop. Although they submitted OBC certificate with their nomination papers, which were accepted, subsequently the returning officer, being the concerned BDO and other officers in the administration, conspired to remove such certificate and disqualify the writ petitioners from contesting. Stop. Paragraph. The report that the Commissioner has filed before the learned single judge is to the effect that the grievance of the writ petitioners is justified. Stop. In a nutshell, the report categorically states that the present appellant, as also two other officers in the administration, including the concerned subdivisional officer, in connivance with each other, tampered with documents, thereby precluding the writ petitioners from contesting in the panchayat elections. Paragraph. Based on the aforesaid report, the learned single judge has passed the order which is impugned before us. Order dated July 27, 2023, which is impugned before us in this appeal. Paragraph. Mr. Bhattacharya, learned advocate appearing for the appellant, says that the appellant was not given a separate hearing by the learned single judge prior to the order impugned being passed. Stop. The order impugned seals the fate of the appellant. Stop. It is a final finding of guilt against the appellant without the appellant having had an opportunity of making any submission in respect of the Commissioner's report. Stop. Nobody can be condemned unheard, however grave the allegation against that person be. Stop. He says that already an order has been issued by the government on July 31, 2023, directing one Mr. who is taking over charge?
The DM.
Directing the
Uluberia, WBCS, Deputy Magistrate and Deputy Collector, Uluberia.
Directing the Deputy Magistrate and Deputy Collector of Uluberia to take over charge from the concerned block development officer being the appellant herein. Stop. Such charge has already been handed over by the appellant pursuant to the aforesaid order. Stop. Paragraph.
Only one. The matter has been made returnable on the third for taking note of the steps taken in the matter. So already, steps have been directed.
Next, Mr. Bhattacharya further submits that the matter has been made returnable on
Internal page 10.
August 3, 2023,
Page 10.
for the learned judge to take note of the steps taken in the matter. Stop. He says that it therefore appears that the learned judge has given direction for taking steps in the matter against the appellant, although the appellant was not given an audience. Next. We have not called upon the other parties to make submission. Paragraph.
No, bhai, phone ta bol.
The appeal in which we had passed the judgment and order dated June 26, 2023, had been preferred by a number of officers in the administration, including the present appellant. Just check if that's factually correct.
Yes. I have to be, the stay application I have appended here.
Stop.
Please see.
The
Amra appellant chilam kina, ha.
grievance of the appellants in that appeal was primarily that the state police was competent enough, is competent enough to hold an inquiry as regards the allegations made by the writ
I was the
petitioners.
deponent in the stay application also, and I was the appellant number 3, page 42 of the papers.
As regards the allegations of the writ petitioners, stop. The learned judge had erred in directing Central Bureau of Investigation to hold the inquiry. Stop. We had accepted. Now, the present appellant was the appellant number 3 in that appeal, and had also affirmed the stay petition filed in that appeal on behalf of the appellants. Paragraph. We had accepted the contention of the appellants in that appeal, and accordingly had directed the state police to conduct requisite investigation in the matter instead of Central Bureau of Investigation. Stop. However, to instill confidence in the minds of the members of the public as regards the impartiality of the investigation, we had requested Justice Devi Prasad De to act as a one-man commission, retired, Devi Prasad De retired, to act as a one-man commission to supervise the investigation of the state police. Stop. Our order was not challenged before the Honorable Supreme Court by the appellants or any of them, including the present appellant. Stop. Paragraph. Pursuant to our direction, the one-man commission has filed a report before the learned single judge. Stop. It is up to the learned judge to weigh the contents of the report and return and pass an appropriate order. Stop. The learned judge has passed an order. Cover everything.
This is only on the basis.
Just don't blindly post whatever your juniors say.
Your Lordship, this is only for the observations made.
Yes,
there,
yes, observations.
Not for the direction.
So, now
Is this clear?
No, no, no.
now this is becoming,
Observations.
Observations. Clarify.
And one teleko. This is an application for leave to appeal against an order dated July 27, 2021, passed by a learned single judge in WPA 14723 of 2023. Stop. The paragraph, the appellant
his official
was-
capacity for the party.
the appellant was the block development officer of Uluberia.
Real one.
Uluberia-Roman 1. Stop. He was impleaded as a respondent in the writ petition in his official capacity. Stop. He wishes to file this, intends to file an appeal against the order of the learned single judge in his individual capacity, as he says that the order vitally affects him individually. Stop. Paragraph, we have heard learned counsel for the parties, and we are of the view that the appellant might have something to say in respect of the order assailed in the proposed appeal. Paragraph, accordingly, this application is allowed.